Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to discuss health and safety and what that means for your business. Our aim is to provide you with some basic information which should ensure you're complying with the current laws surrounding health and safety. We will cover the following: why is health and safety important, actions to take to ensure you're complying with the law, and a case study. So why is health and safety important? Health and safety in the workplace is governed by many laws and regulations. Failure to follow these and comply with them could mean that companies and individuals are liable to prosecution. Remember, even if you work alone, you need to adhere to these laws. Health and safety is important because it protects the well-being of you, your employers, visitors and customers alike. Accidents can cost money. Loss of wages, medical treatment, damaged equipment, legal penalties and payouts, the list goes on. There are potentially huge repercussions to any businesses that fail to have proper health and safety measures in place. You are responsible for complying fully with the health and safety laws applicable to your business. There's a specific legislation for each business category, and this is based on the anticipated risks and hazards in each workplace. So what action do you need to take? However, complying fully with health and safety doesn't have to be complicated and expensive. For the most part, if you have taken responsible steps to prevent accidents and to keep everyone else safe, then you don't have to worry. However, there are some simple steps you can take to ensure you're compliant. Businesses like yours, micro businesses, only need to take a few straightforward steps to ensure compliance with the health and safety law. If you have fewer than 5 employees, you're not required to write down a risk assessment or a health and safety policy, although it may be a good idea to do this anyway. Number 1, select a health and safety person. Every business needs an appointed health and safety person. This could be you or another competent person. Whoever it is should have the skills and knowledge to recognise hazards and therefore be able to put proper procedures in place to protect everyone else. It's a good idea to undertake some kind of health and safety training. This is not required by law, but is advisable. So the person can be internal or external, but for a micro business, someone internal is preferable. Number 2, write a health and safety policy. There are templates online to help you write a policy. It needs to detail how you will manage health and safety in your business. You should share this with your staff so everyone has a copy of it. And we would recommend regularly reviewing your policy and making sure it's updated with any changes and dated accordingly. Number 3, control the risks. Complete a risk assessment to ensure you have thought about many potential risks and eventualities as possible. This means you will have a plan in place if an accident or emergency occurs. For most low-risk businesses, this is pretty straightforward. Again, you can find a template online. You do not have to remove all risks, that would be pretty difficult, but you do need to show that you've thought about them and put in place proper procedures to limit all recognised risks as much as possible. Walk around your place of work or run through in your head different activities and think of all possible risks associated with each workplace activity. For example, for a photographer, a risk could be someone tripping over cables. So to limit this risk, you may decide to use only battery-powered equipment or tape down all cables with visible trip hazard safety tape. Depending on what sort of business you are will depend how many and how detailed your risk assessment needs to be. For example, if you're a tree surgeon, then your risk assessment will be longer and more in-depth than it would be for an office-based accountant. Number 4, inform employees. Consider running a health and safety brainstorming session so you can discuss potential risks and threats with your employees. They may come up with some additional risks based on their usual work activities. Keep your employees informed and make sure they have access to the risk assessment and health and safety policy. Part of your legal requirement is to consult all your employees on health and safety. This should be a conversation between you and them. You can do this yourself or you can consult through a health and safety representative. Number 5, training and information. You must make sure all employees receive clear instruction and information around health and safety. For a low-risk business such as an accountancy firm, training only needs to cover the basics, but for higher-risk businesses, this will need to be more in-depth and be part of training for every new member of staff before they begin the job. Regularly evaluate and check with your employees to make sure the content of their training remains relevant. Number 6, first aid and accidents. Employers must make sure employees receive immediate help if taken ill or are injured at work. The law applies to every workplace and to the self-employed. You must have a suitably stocked first aid kit, an appointed person or people to take charge of first aid arrangements, information for all employees telling them about first aid arrangements. And number 7, displaying your health and safety poster. If you employ anyone, you must either display the health and safety law poster where your workers can easily read it, provide each worker with the equivalent health and safety law leaflet. The poster explains British health and safety laws and states what both workers and their employers should do. You can add the contact details of your employees' safety representatives and/or health and safety contacts. Number 8, workplace facilities. Employers must provide welfare facilities and a working environment that is healthy and safe for everyone in the workplace, including those with disabilities. This includes toilets and wash basins. You must have welfare facilities, the right number of toilets and wash basins, drinking water, and somewhere to rest and eat meals. A healthy working environment, a clean workplace with a reasonable working temperature, good ventilation, suitable lighting, and the right amount of space and seating. A safe workplace, well-maintained equipment with no obstructions on floors or traffic routes, and windows that can be easily opened and cleaned. Number 9, insurance. Make sure you are correctly insured, including employer's liability, public and, if needed, indemnity insurance. If an employee is injured or becomes ill because of the work they do for you, they can claim compensation from you. Employer's liability insurance will help you pay any compensation. And 10, keeping everything up to date. Make sure you're keeping records and regularly check everything over at least annually to keep information up to date and relevant. An example case study. So let's have a look at a micro business and what they can do to make sure they're complying with health and safety law. So dog walkers. As a professional dog walker, your priorities will be to ensure the safety of your dogs and members of the public, dogs you encounter when in public, your staff and yourself. So hold sufficient and appropriate dog walking business insurance. Work in accordance with all national and local animal welfare access to land and environmental legislations. Ensure a risk assessment is carried out prior to all walks. Assess each dog's suitability for walks, consider age, capability, behaviour, and how they might interact with other dogs. Keep all dogs in your care under control at all times. Ensure all dogs in your care wear safe and correctly fitted collars or harnesses. Ensure all dogs in your care are microchipped and wear a collar carrying your unique business ID tag. And ensure all dogs in your care are transported in a safe and secure manner. Ensure all dogs are walked away from and returned to the vehicle on a lead. Carry a mini dog and human first aid kit at all times. Ensure all staff receive appropriate training and have access to facilities should they need them, i.e. a toilet. Ensure staff have a copy of your risk assessment and health and safety policy, plus the policy poster or leaflet by law if you have over 5 employees. Ensure a procedure is in place for any unforeseen situation or emergency. Reduce absenteeism, increase productivity, quality of service and turnover, and raise employee morale. In other words, safety is good for business. Furthermore, protecting your workers is the right thing to do. Make sure health and safety is at the centre of your business. For more information applicable to your specific business, please visit www.hsc.gov.uk. Thank you.